Trump said the U.S. had to act when it came to Iran.
8 months ago, they would have had a nuclear weapon, and, they're crazy, and they would have used it. So we did the world a favor. And they said, what are you doing on a scale of 0 to 10? How are you doing with the attack? And I said, about a 15, I would say, with 10 being the best. But it's something that had to be done, and we're doing it well.
Heather Birkin, an American from Milwaukee, in Israel, said she came to the country 2 weeks ago to visit friends and run a marathon, never thinking she would be stuck there.
I wanted to open up some flights on a smaller Israeli airline, and I was lucky. I got a flight on Wednesday to fly to Athens, and then from Athens I'll fly. Assuming things go well and the airport and the airspace stays open for this limited amount, I'll fly from Tel Aviv to Athens and then Athens to home.
Military analysts say the deployment of B-52 Stratofortress bombers in Operation Epic Fury signals that Iranian air defenses have been effectively neutralized.
U.S. Central Command confirms that B-52 bombers have been used to hit ballistic missile and command control sites in Iran. The high-payload non-stealth aircraft are being used to strike critical targets, marking a decisive phase in the U.S.-led campaign. Military analysts say use of the planes indicates Iranian anti-air capabilities have been depleted after earlier B-2 and B-1 strikes. I'm Bill Alexander reporting.
The U.S. has issued a license that allows business to be done with Venezuela's state gold mining company, Minerva. The move Friday signals the Trump administration's intent to exercise more control over their natural resources. News and analysis at townhall.com.
In today's fast-paced world, professionals face endless projects, deadlines, competition. To thrive, you need mental clarity, sharp focus, and reliable memory. That's why the same company that brings you Relief Factor created Think Factor. Think Factor is designed to help you think clearer and perform better daily. It's a powerful blend of nutrients and supercharges your memory and sharpens your focus. You can stay on top of your work and outshine the competition. After a couple of weeks of taking Think Factor, I noticed a dramatic difference in my clarity, my focus, even my memory. And you know what? The longer you take Think Factor, the better the results are. If you ever felt mentally foggy or struggled to keep up with everything on your plate, well, Think Factor can help you reclaim your cognitive edge and thrive in your life. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800 the number 4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to order Think Factor. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit relieffactor.com. Your first bottle, just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily.
A Russian missile strike in a residential building in Kharkiv killed at least 10 people, including children.
And 16 others were wounded. The attack happened in Kharkiv, Ukraine's second-largest city. President Volodymyr Zelensky condemned the attack and called for an international response, saying Russia struck Ukraine overnight, targeting energy facilities in Kiev and other regions. Zelensky said support must continue to protect Ukraine's people as Russia continues attacks on residential and critical infrastructure. I'm Regan Garcia.
As the Iran war widens, experts say the Middle East's real strategic weak point may be water, not oil. Much of the Gulf's drinking supply comes from desalination plants clustered along vulnerable coastlines within an easy range of Iranian missiles and drones. Many of the individual plants water supply to millions of people. Without them, major cities would not sustain their current populations. You'll find breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. Oil and gas prices surge as the Iran war expands. It's a growing concern that correspondent Julie Walker says is making its way all the way to the gas pump.
The price of oil surging higher, showing no signs of halting its rapid climb due to the Iran war. Oil prices surpassing $90 a barrel. Friday, the conflict leaving ships that carry roughly 20 million barrels a day stranded in the Persian Gulf. And the disruption and damage to key oil and gas facilities in the Middle East has led to an interruption in the supply. The fallout ratcheting up what consumers and businesses pay for gas, diesel, and jet fuel. A gallon of regular gas rose to $3.41 on Saturday, up about 43 cents from a week ago, according to AAA. I'm Julie Walker.
You'll find more on these stories at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor reporting.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests. Hey, Joey, what's happening? I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WVBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
And good morning, everybody, and welcome to Middleboro in Review. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is the 8th of March, 2025. We've got a great show planned for you today, as we always do here on Middleboro in Review. Open phone lines today, 508-822-1106, 508-822-1106 is the number to call today. It is a foggy day today. It was definitely noticeable driving in this morning. Visibility is down a little bit, so if you're out there right now, be very, very careful, as visibility is a lot lower, and it's a lot warmer outside as well, as I noticed. It is going to be near 60 today. We're going to get a couple of days of near 60-degree weather. We're going to talk about the weather now. But yeah, if you're out there driving around, be very, very careful. Go a little bit slower out there, since it is foggy out there right now. And there's going to be a lot of melting over the next couple of days as well. So be careful about that as well. All right, it is currently 48 degrees right now. A little bit windy out there, so it feels a little cooler. Feels like 43 degrees. It's going to be a low of 43 today, high of 58. We'll have cloudy skies throughout the day today. No rain, it looks like, is in the forecast, which is a good thing. Tomorrow and Tuesday, both in the 60s. Monday, 63. Tuesday, 65 degrees. And the best thing about it, no rain at all and plenty of sunshine. So the next 2 days in Taunton are going to be beautiful. So nice start to the week. Then the temperatures go down a little bit on Wednesday, 57 degrees and cloudy, 58 degrees on Thursday, with a little bit of chance of a mix, it looks like. So that's probably towards the later part of Thursday. But temperatures go down a little bit after that, but they rebound pretty good to start next week as well, at least the Monday as well. So weather over the next week or so is going to be very, very nice. So stay tuned. It's going to be really beautiful out there. A lot of chance to go out there and enjoy the nice weather. So that is going to be a good thing. In Middleboro, 46 degrees, high of 57 today with a low of 43. It feels like 40 degrees. Again, a little windy out there. It's also dark. It's also dark out there. The sun hasn't really come out yet. And that is because of the daylight savings time as well. 57 degrees today for Middleboro, 43 for the low. Cloudy throughout the day today, with sun on Monday and Tuesday, and in the 60s in Middleboro. Driscoll, Texas, 67 degrees currently, high of 78, low of 67. Rain in the forecast in the morning, and then cloudy the rest of the day. Gusts up to 17 miles per hour. Wind seems to be the story today for the weather, at least so far. 85 tomorrow in Driscoll, Texas. Low of 70 and cloudy skies. Driscoll, North Dakota. 37 degrees with a little bit of wind, so it feels like 29 degrees. High of 63 with a low of 36. Cloudy and windy throughout the day in Driscoll, North Dakota, with temperatures going right back down into the 40s. 40 degrees for the high tomorrow. So a little bit, struggling a little bit still. And the temperatures even are going to go down even more next weekend, where you can see some, middle of the winter weather again as we head into the middle part of March in Driscoll, North Dakota. Talking about more snow over there next weekend. Then we have Holiday, Florida. 67 degrees currently. Mostly clear skies. High of 80, low of 67. Clear throughout the day today. Sunny. Wind gusts a little bit as well. But it will feel very, very nice out there if you're in Holiday, Florida, or in the Holiday, Florida area. 79 degrees tomorrow, clear skies. 65 for the low. Clear skies throughout the week as well. Next chance of rain is Thursday. But really beautiful weather, at least through the first half of the week there. So there you go. That is our weather. Now we go to our Today in Histories. For today, March 8th, 2026. So we have March 8th, 1775, an anonymous writer, thought by some to be Thomas Paine, publishes the African Slavery in America, the first article in the American colonies calling for the emancipation of the slaves and the abolition of slavery. March 8th, 1917, the United States Senate votes to limit filibusters by adopting the cloture rule. There we go. Said that correctly. That's still a big topic of discussion even today, the filibuster as well. March 8th, 1936, Daytona Beach and Road Course holds its first oval stock car race. And March 8th, 2010, headlined by Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, TNA Wrestling moved its flagship program, TNA Impact, Monday nights. I believe they were on Spike at this point. This effort to go big time live failed. It failed pretty epically. It was a bad era for TNA Wrestling. You would think having Hulk Hogan on your show and Ric Flair on your show, that would be pretty good. No, not so much. Ric Flair was wrestling on these programs. I'm going to say this again. He was wrestling on these programs. He was well into his 60s and wrestling on these programs. Hulk Hogan, same thing. Yeah, that wasn't always great, those matches. And a lot of the television was very, very cringy as well. TNA Wrestling during the 2010s. Very interesting and very bad for the most part. So that move to Monday night definitely didn't help the product. It failed, and it is notable in the history of professional wrestling television. Other than the Monday night wrestling that we have now, Monday Night Raw. There wasn't many other wrestling companies. There aren't many other wrestling companies that are having shows on Monday nights and competing with WWE. It's kind of difficult to compete with WWE nowadays. There are companies that are doing it and doing a pretty good job at it, but WWE is a massive, massive company. So there's your today in history. Our birthdays: 1799, Simon Cameron, American journalist and politician, United States Secretary of War. Born this day in 1912, Preston Smith, American businessman and politician, governor of Texas. Born this day in 1912, Meldrum Thompson Jr., American publisher and politician. He was the governor of New Hampshire. Born on this day in 1942, Dick Allen, American baseball player and tenor. Born on this day in 1942. Born on this day in 1946, Randy Meisner, American singer-songwriter and bass player for the band Poco and also the Eagles as well. Founding member of Eagles and Poco. Poco, very good band. And the Eagles, of course, legendary. He also provided the lead vocals to the hit song for the Eagles, "Take It to the Limit," which is one of my favorite Eagles songs for the band. So Randy Meisner, his birthday would have been today. He would have been 80 today. Born this day in 1948, Mel Galley, English singer-songwriter and guitarist. Mel Galley worked for Trapeze, which was headed up by Glenn Hughes. That was Glenn Hughes' first band, and Mel was part of that. He went on to be with Whitesnake and Finders Keepers, which also had Glenn as well. So he worked with Glenn quite a bit during his career. He also worked in a band called Phenomena, which Glenn was also a part of. So, yes, so Mel and Glenn worked together quite a bit in their career. And of course, Mel Galley was in Whitesnake for a good point there. Did a lot with them. So Mel Galley, his birthday would have been today. And he passed away back in 2008. Born this day, 1953, Red Sox great Jim Rice, American baseball player, coach, and sportscaster. Born this day, 1957, Clive Burr, English rock drummer for the band Iron Maiden, of course. And he was in there as drummer before Nico McBrain came in as well. I believe he was on that first couple of albums there for Iron Maiden. And then he was done after Killers. I remember the Beast, actually. And then he was done after that. Nico McBrain came in for the next album after Numbered Beast. But there you go. Clive Burr, he passed away back in 2013. Born this day, 1958, Gary Newman, English singer-songwriter, guitarist, and producer. And born this day, 1976, Pittsburgh Steelers great Hines Ward, Korean-American football player. I believe he's head coaching or on a coaching staff. Is it the UFL? I think so. I'm not 100% sure. It might be the UFL or a college or something along those lines. I know he's on a head coaching staff somewhere in the football world. I just don't know where. But yeah, great Steelers player Hines Ward was. That was your birthday, Sports Day. Passing Sports Day. 1874, Millard Fillmore, American lawyer and politician, the 13th president of the United States. 1887, Henry Ward Beecher, American minister and activist. Passing away also in 1887, James Buchanan Enos, American engineer. He designed the Edis Bridge. Passing Wednesday, 1930, William Howard Taft, another former American president, and also a politician. He was the 27th United States president. Passing Wednesday, 1973, Ron Pigpen McCurran, and he was a member of the Grateful Dead, a founding member of the Grateful Dead. He passed away on this day in 1973. Passing away on this day in 1999, a baseball legend, Joe DiMaggio. Again, he played for the New York Yankees, of course. And he played his entire career with the New York Yankees. And he is in the Baseball Hall of Fame. Deservingly so, of course. Inducted in 1955. And passing away on this day, 10 years ago today, George Martin, an English composer, conductor, and producer. Of course, the main producer for the Beatles. He was commonly referred to as the fifth Beatle. He also produced a UFO album as well, the band UFO. This was back in 1980. He also produced albums for many other artists as well. George Martin passing away on this day in 2016. All right, 7:24 a.m. We're going to take our first commercial break right now. When we come back, we'll have a couple minutes here to talk about some local events. Then at 7:30, we'll take our news break. And then in the second half of the show, we should have Don with us in the second half of the program. And we'll talk to him. I'm sure we'll have some other local things to talk about. And probably a transportation topic maybe as well. And even talk about some music here on the show today. But give us a call, 508-822-1106. We will be right back. Okay, what is this? Oh, jeez. Okay. Jeez. All right.
Spring is the perfect time of year to make sure your vehicle is ready for the upcoming travel season. Whether you're driving across the country or driving across town, check the following vehicle components. Replace worn or damaged wiper blades. Check your tire pressure and tread depth. Give your car a good washing from top to bottom. When the seasons change, it's a good idea to change your oil too. With your spring tune-up, the following systems should be inspected: battery, charging and starting, engine mechanical, powertrain control, fuel ignition and emissions. Check all fluids, hoses, and belts. Inspect your entire brake system, including brake linings, rotors, and drums. Check the shocks or struts for signs of physical damage or leaking. If you notice any fluid puddles or stains under your vehicle, it's a good idea to have it inspected. 1530 WV Talk Radio.
The Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Okay. One more commercial. 501. One more.
Furnaces, boilers, fireplaces, and generators release carbon monoxide, a poisonous gas that you can't see, smell, or taste. If snow drifts block exhaust vents outside of your home, carbon monoxide can rise to deadly levels inside. Keep exhaust vents and flues clear of snow, and be sure to have working carbon monoxide alarms on every level of your home. A message from the Taunton Fire Department and your hometown radio station, WBBF.
Okay, and we are back. 7:28 a.m. here. We got 2 minutes here before our news break. So with those 2 minutes, we are going to talk about blood drives. I like to talk about these at least a couple times a week, or at least once a week. Sometimes it's multiple times a week. I did talk about it on Friday. So we're doing it here again today. Might talk about it again on Monday. Sometimes I talk about it once. Like I said, once a week, or like this week, it might be 3 times a week. Just to get the word out there. Also, always very important to get the word out there about blood drives. Red Cross a lot talks about the shortage of blood, so getting the word out there is super important. So we have several blood drives coming up here for the month of March. We have one coming up tomorrow, Monday, March 9th, 2026. Carver Middle High School, 60 South Meadow Road in Carver, 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. for that blood drive. We have Wednesday, the 18th of March, the Rosebrook Event Center, 50 Rosebrook Place number 1 in Wareham, 1 p.m. to 5:45 p.m. for that blood drive. Then we have Saturday, the 21st of March, 2026, the VFW Post 6643, 89 Middleboro Road. That's in Freetown, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for that. Sunday, the 22nd of March, the Church of Our Savior, 60 Union Street in Middleboro, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. as well. And then Sunday, the 29th of March, Mayflower Lodge, AF and AM. That is 46 South Main Street. That's in Middleboro, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. for that blood drive. So several opportunities to give blood this month. You can go to the redcross.org to sign up for any of those blood drives. And also, if you're unable to make any of those blood drives but still want to give blood, there are blood donation centers in Kingston and in Raynham. All right, 7:30 a.m. Let's take our news break, and we'll be right back here on WVA 1530 a.m. 99.7 FM. I am Joey Driscoll, and this is Middleboro in Review. We'll be right back.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Oil prices have spiked since the start of the war with Iran, and that has led to sticker shock at the gas pump here at home. AAA says a gallon of regular gasoline rose to $3.41 yesterday, up about 43 cents from just a week ago. President Trump joined grieving families at Dover Air Force Base for the dignified transfer of 6 U.S. Army Reserve soldiers killed in Kuwait. He saluted as flag-draped transfer cases moved from the military aircraft to waiting vehicles. Earlier in the day, he called the troops heroes. Correspondent Ron Taylor reports now that Iran's missile attacks are faltering.
Analysts say Iran's resilience on underground missile cities has backfired as U.S. and Israeli strikes have destroyed launchers and buried missile stockpiles, slashing launch rates. Facing dwindling options, the IRGC is expanding hostilities in a bid to pressure its adversaries.
Meanwhile, Israel's military confirmed striking fuel storage facilities in Tehran this weekend in the ongoing air assault. Authorities in southern Michigan have searched through rubble and debris in the aftermath of tornadoes that killed 4 people and injured 12. Powerful storms are also blamed for 2 deaths in Oklahoma. Reports are emerging that may shed light on the change in leadership at the Department of Homeland Security. We get details now from correspondent Bob Agnew.
President Trump reportedly decided to replace DHS Secretary Kristi Noem after her Senate testimony claimed he had approved a controversial $220 million ad campaign featuring her. Comments not only raised bipartisan concerns, but also reportedly angered the president. Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen will assume the role at the end of March, with Noem moving to a diplomatic post. Bob Agnew reporting.
Whether
Townhall.com.
you're preparing for exams, juggling family and career, or just looking to stay sharp as you age, Think Factor is here to help. Created by the same company that makes Relief Factor, Think Factor supports sharper focus, stronger recall, and clearer thinking. It's the natural way to give your brain the daily nutrients it needs for memory, attention, and even vibrant vision. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800, the number 4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to learn more. Look, I was a little bit skeptical. I started taking Think Factor. After a few weeks, wow, my memory, my focus, my concentration, better than ever. And Think Factor results get better the longer it's taken. If you want to stay focused during demanding tasks, keep your memory strong, maintain mental energy for whatever's ahead, well, Think Factor is for you. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800, the number 4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to learn more and order Think Factor. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit relieffactor.com for Think Factor.
President Trump met with leaders of Latin American countries in Miami yesterday with a focus on security in the Western Hemisphere. It was called the Shield of the Americas Summit, and Kristi Noem, who was just removed as Homeland Security Secretary this week, is the brand new special envoy leading the effort.
Our objectives are going to be to destroy the cartels, to go after these narco-terrorists that are destroying our people, killing our children and our grandchildren. We're also going to keep our adversaries at bay. Those adversaries that wish to change our way of life and our values that are outside of our hemisphere, we want to ensure that we're continuing to keep them out of our hemisphere and focus on building alliances amongst ourselves and our strengths.
At the summit, the president encouraged regional leaders to take military action against drug trafficking cartels and transnational gangs that he says pose an unacceptable threat. News and analysis at townhall.com. California Governor Gavin Newsom's criticism of President Trump over gas prices is getting fact-checked, as we hear from correspondent Ken Lorman.
Governor Newsom attempted to criticize President Trump over potential gas price impacts from the U.S.-Israel military action, but was sharply rebuked by the U.S. Oil and Gas Association. The industry group highlighted California's heavy dependence on foreign crude and history of high fuel costs, undermining Newsom's intended political jab.
Critics note that California's gas prices remain well above the national average, making the governor's attack politically risky. Although gas prices have risen nationwide more than 40 cents a gallon in the past week. A federal judge has ruled that Kari Lake did not have legal authority to lead the U.S. Agency for Global Media and to largely dismantle the Voice of America. More at townhall.com.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. All right, we're back. I turned down the bumper music. There we go. It is 7:36 a.m. here. The Middleboro Elks will be hosting a fundraiser dinner, and we'll have live music and wood carving raffles to support Tunnel to Towers next weekend. The Middleboro Elks will be hosting that event on Saturday, March the 14th to raise funds for first responders and for veterans. The fundraiser that will feature a dinner live music from the Glen Charlie Affair Band, and wood carving auctions and raffles at the Middleboro Elks Lodge. That's located at 24 High Street. And tickets cost from $5 to $30, and the funds raised will benefit the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. The dinner will include a traditional corned beef and cabbage meal. Without the meal, attendees can donate $5 or $10 to enjoy the event's live music and raffle. Tickets cost $25 for pre-orders, $30 at the door, and $15 for attendees age 10 and below. There will be a kid-friendly meal option. Dinner will be served from 6 to 7:30 p.m. at the lodge. The band will perform from 7 to 10. The raffle and auction will include wood sculptures created by Lakeville resident and wood carving artist Wayne DeMaranville, with all proceeds supporting the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. DeMaranville is accepting bids for the auction item, which is a 4-foot tall bald eagle sculpture. There's a picture included with this article as well. It's beautiful looking sculpture. But let's see here. Where was I? Okay, let's start over this paragraph here. The raffle and auction will include wood sculptures, again created by Wayne DeMaranville, Lakeville resident, and wood carving artist, with all proceeds, again, supporting the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. He's accepting bids for the auction item, which is a 4-foot tall bald eagle sculpture, and a smaller wood carving artwork will also be raffled off. The foundation provides assistance to families of fallen first responders and injured veterans. Tickets may be pre-ordered through the lodge or by calling Wayne DeMaranville at 508-947-2393. If people cannot attend the event but wish to donate, they can purchase a ticket for a veteran in the community who can attend the event. Again, that event will take place March 14th, 6:30 p.m. So there you go, and I'm gonna turn the mic up because Don's joining us. Good morning, Don. How are you?
Good morning, Joey.
How are you doing this morning on this beautiful but foggy morning, as I was mentioning earlier?
You know what's so beautiful about the fog?
Yes, go ahead.
It's melted snow.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes. I want to mention as well. We had that February vacation, and then pretty much February vacation 2.0 because we got the snow on that Monday coming back, and Middleboro schools were off for quite a while.
The kids must have loved it.
Families in Middleboro will not have to reschedule their April vacation plans. That is one answer state education officials have provided about the blizzard impact on the remaining school year. Acting Superintendent Michael Perrione told school committee members at the March 5th meeting this past Thursday. But perhaps the biggest question of all, when will the school year end? Apparently that still remains uncertain. Based on snow days taken so far, including the 5 lost to the February blizzard, the school year will end June 30th. Wow, that is pretty late. I think that's the latest I've seen any school.
I think it's the latest it can. I don't think it's allowed to go into July because I think July 1st is a new fiscal year.
Yeah.
I've never heard about school being, except summer school.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's the thing about April vacation. A lot of families go on trips. They have these traditions. They go on trips and people take time off, and they already have their everything. They got their itinerary all booked up. They have their hotels and their flights already ready to go.
Yep.
So it's good. The last couple of weeks of June.
Oh yeah.
Kids are gonna be crying.
Absolutely. The district has applied for a waiver that would allow the schools to close Friday, June 26th, Perone said. This would eliminate the need for school to continue Monday, June 29th and Tuesday, June 30th. No decision has been made on that waiver, although he has said he's confident it will be accepted. Graduation will not be impacted with the original date of June 6th. That is still the date of graduation. 2 holidays are scheduled for later on in the school year. One is Memorial Day, the other is Juneteenth. Those will remain as off days. And the schools were most recently closed for 5 days following the historic storm that dropped more than 30 inches on the town of Middleboro. So there you go.
Yeah, but they're kind of talking like when it's over. It's really not. I mean,
All intents and purposes, at least for the next 10 days, winter's over. All intents and purposes.
yeah,
When it comes to what the weather looks like,
I'm fine with
Winter's
that.
done.
I'm really fine with that.
but we do have some colder weather, I guess, coming at the end of next week.
Right.
So let's, be cautious about saying winter is completely over, but at least for the time being, it is.
the burping period is not over as far as snow.
No, because you could get snow in April.
Did you get snow at the end of March? I mean, what's today's date? The 8th?
Yeah.
And which a very special day, today is, right? March 8th.
No.
It's personal. It's out in our family.
Oh. Grandfather's birthday?
Jack?
Yeah.
Happy
Yeah.
birthday, Jack.
Yep, and my uncle's birthday is coming up this week as well.
Well, is this the
It's
first?
12.
Well, this is the first birthday where
Yeah, it was the first birthday where he's not with us. Yes.
with us. Yeah.
Yes, and my uncle passed in 2021. And actually, it'll be 5 years in June.
Yeah. So I mean, I always look at one thing here. It's just you think people are paying the neck, blah blah blah. You know what? I long for that again. People's little things that they do that might have irritated you. You just want them back now because you know we're so special.
Yeah, so he was born March 8th, 1937.
Yeah.
Yeah, would have been 89, and my uncle was born on March 12th, 1970. So
Yes.
he would have been 56.
Yes. So, but it's just important to really look at family's important,
Yes,
and we got to be doing some stuff this summer together, right?
absolutely.
I'm going to be doing some stuff
Yeah.
with my brother at the end of the month, and my
We're,
sister and my niece, and we're gonna have.
Planning some time off in June.
Yeah, I hope I don't blow it for anyone. I know my sister's listening, but we're hoping to have a birthday party. They're having a birthday party for my niece, and I hope to be there, and hope everything works out, and we'll be all together. And that's got to be good. And family, just look at you got to spend time with your family. You really have to. Precious, precious moments you have to embrace. You have to, I feel so good when I get together with, my family. I get together with my nephew and my brother and my niece, and we do things, and we have and it's an important thing to do.
Yes.
Because when those times are gone, you can't get them back. I'm just thinking about, driving in today and what my father-in-law would be saying about all the snow and how the conditions of the roads and this and that. Oh my God, he can listen to Grandpa now, right?
Yeah.
Yes. But I mean, that's what's made him. And anybody who's out there listening, you have a special person that you love, and family members, and their little ways of doing things may irritate you, but when it's not there anymore, you miss those little stupid irritations, because that was the fabric of who that person was.
Yes.
And vice versa. So it's all good.
7:47 a.m. Let's switch gears here. So this wasn't this week, but last Friday, I talked about the good old Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
What, last Friday? What?
Yes,
what do you
last
mean
Friday.
Last Friday. Like
Last Friday.
3 days ago?
No, last Friday. The Friday
No, that was
before
definitely
last.
last Friday. You can't phrase it last Friday. 'Cause
The
Friday
last
was-
Friday before the last Friday. There
Is
we
that-
go.
All right. Now
2
you're
weeks
making
ago.
sense. Huh?
2 weeks ago. I talked about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
You know what might be nice? Not to be a pain.
Yes.
Look at the date and say on this date, Friday, blah blah date.
Okay.
Now, to me, last Friday was 2 days ago.
We will do that, Doug. Anyway, the Friday before last Friday, I talked about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The good old Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Now, yeah, me and Don have had our thoughts about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Some positive, some negative.
Is it me or Dawn?
Or you, Don and I. There we go.
Yeah, Mary.
Whatever.
All over you. All over. She's an English teacher, and she's like.
Don and I have had our thoughts about the Rock
It's
and Roll
always
Hall of
me.
Fame.
It's all. Think about it. It's about me. It's about Dawn. It's
Okay.
about me.
Okay.
It's all about me.
Me and Don,
Me.
my co-host and I
Like,
have
there you go.
have had our thoughts.
If you said I and my co-host, that would be wrong. Because I'm I, right?
Co-host, yes, the great words of Robert James Dio. Where was I? Okay, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Speaking of rock and roll.
Yeah, we've had our thoughts about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh boy, dude, we have.
Some of them positive, some of them negative. There are some good things about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, they have that theater that they have the you go in there and you watch some of the older performances. I liked that.
We saw what was the Beatles thing, wasn't it?
I think it might have been a Beatles thing that was playing at the time. Yes. So that's a fun part of it. There are some other things where it's okay. Some of the exhibits are okay. I like.
You think so?
Yes, some of the exhibits are okay.
I thought in 8th grade. All right, music class could have done better.
Yeah.
I thought in 8th grade
I
music
agree.
class could have done better in some of those exhibits.
I do agree. I do like John Mellencamp. I do. Okay, I have a personal connection to John Mellencamp. Okay, because of I have spina bifida. He does as well, or he did when he was a child. During I believe his childhood, I believe. But a whole room of John Mellencamp stuff is kind of unnecessary. And that's what it was. It was a whole room of John Mellencamp stuff. I don't know.
There's no rhyme or reason.
I don't know why.
I was looking for the Rush. Then you had a band that had one case.
Yes.
And you have band members who haven't been, inaugurated and they're not in it yet.
No, we're gonna get to that.
All right.
We're gonna get to that.
But my favorite is Johnny Cash's Bus.
Yeah, that was there at that time, and that was great. That was really great. So the 2026 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductees list, has come out. Now, I talked about this before, and my opinion on the list. Don wasn't with me. I wanted to circle back and talk about this again because I'm sure Don has some thoughts. So let's tell you a little bit about that list. First off,
Me and Don.
Don.
And
Yes, Don and I. Thank you. First on this list, the Black Crows. Don, what do you think about the Black Crows?
I think they're all right. I never really got into them, but they're rock and roll. I think they belong in there.
Yeah, I agree too.
Jimmy Page worked with them.
Yep, I agree as well. Jeff Buckley. Now, I talked a little bit about Jeff Buckley. There is a song.
Who's Jeff Buckley?
Let me get to that in a second. He's a singer.
Yeah, obviously.
Obviously. There's a song called Hallelujah. Originally written by Leonard Cohen. Jeff Buckley did a cover of Hallelujah. It's widely recognized as an amazing cover of the song. I've listened to it a million times. I agree, 100%. It's a great cover. That cover of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah is in the National Congress. Yeah, It's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
It's a big deal, and I believe he belongs in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just on that.
Anybody in the Hall of Congress, in my opinion. I mean, think about it. In 1,000 years, people are going to go and check out our history, and they're going to see that. That's living history. You know, any politician, I mean, statewide, federal, or county, it's always going to be in the books.
Mm-hmm.
Always going to be in the books.
Our third name. Now this is where we start to have some problems. Mariah Carey.
She's good.
Yes, but rock and roll, she is not.
Yes, she is. Definitely. She's pop. Rock is pop.
Yeah,
Iggy Pop.
you're stretching. Now you're starting to stretch.
Iggy Pop.
I get it.
Iggy Pop.
I
Come
get
on. Pop, 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 pop.
I get it.
What about the Partridge Family? Should they be in there?
Sure, but
that's pop.
You're stretching the definition now of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Nah.
little bit too much with Mariah Carey.
Not really. I mean, unless they put them into categories, but she's very talented.
I'm not
I
denying
love
she
listening
is.
to Mariah Carey's Christmas songs.
I like her songs. The Christmas songs.
Quit picking on Mariah, will you?
Whatever. Okay.
All right.
I mean, I think probably just for that is probably why she's being talked about.
I think that's a yeah.
Then we have Phil Collins.
Ah.
Why Phil Collins has not been inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 20 years ago?
Is Genesis in that?
I don't know. I'm assuming they are.
You know, Phil Collins, technically, his solo career outshined Genesis, if you think about it.
I agree. No, I agree 100%. You know,
and plus
so many great solo songs.
And it's funny too because a lot of people don't know it that Phil Collins played on the first Robert Plant album,
Yeah.
except for two songs which Cozy Powell played.
All right, Melissa Etheridge. Etheridge.
Rock and roll.
I don't know who she is really.
No,
I
she's
can't
rock and roll.
really
Yeah.
give you a definitive yes or no on it. Lauren Hill. I would agree. I would say
Is
yes.
that what country?
No, Lauren Hill. Killing Me Softly.
Oh,
I believe is
that was
that's
done
her.
by she did that a cover. Who did that? That was Roberta Flack did that.
Yes,
back in the
that was
day.
Roberta Flack.
Why can't they write their own songs?
I don't know.
Roberta Flack did.
It's a cover.
Oh, great!
But it's one of them. It's a really well known.
It doesn't even. I mean, it's all right, but it doesn't even come close.
No.
Come close
So,
to the Roberta Flack.
Lauren Hill. I would say Lauren Hill deserves to be in there. Billy Idol, again, another questionable one. Why he hasn't been inducted already? I would have inducted Billy Idol if I was on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame committee. I would have inducted him 15 years ago.
I like Billy Idol. I liked him on The Wedding Singer. You ever seen him on The Wedding Singer?
No, but I know he was on the Wedding Singer.
It was a great scene. And if you like Tony Iommi, the Tony Iommi album that came out in 2000 called Iommi, there's one track with Billy Idol on vocals.
Wow. All right, we have In Excess.
In Excess?
In Excess.
In Excess. They're rock and roll.
They're rock and roll. I don't know who they are. So I can't really tell you if they're I would put them in there, but
They're a funky 80s band. A lot of people really like them. Their style, there was a very different style when they came out.
So the next band we have on here is the biggest black mark on the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Why this band hasn't been inducted, and why they haven't been inducted? They should have been inducted in 2000 when they made their comeback. Iron Maiden. Iron Maiden is not inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What are we doing? Don, what are we doing?
You know what? I think Alex License, said it right when they went up for their award. Because all he said is blah, 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 blah. And you got Neil and Getty just look at him and horrified.
Yeah.
he just went on saying blah blah for 5 minutes, meaning this is a joke, okay? And saying blah 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 is more significant than saying thank you to this stupid institution that just doesn't get it. I mean, I don't get it. I mean, I was not impressed with the theme park. There was some that I liked, but you know, we drove all the way to Cleveland. I was, you know, when I went to Cleveland, I was more excited in the iron ore carrier that looked like the Emmett Fitzgerald, and then we wanted to go check out the Brown Stadium, but Mr. Schnob over here didn't want to go anywhere near it.
Okay, the next band we got here is Joy Division.
Oh, they're good. You ever heard of Joy Division?
I think you've played a couple of songs for me.
My friend Kevin. Oh my God, they are so good. They're like punk and contemporary rock. It's really, really good. Yeah, I hope they get in there.
New Edition is the next band on this list.
Okay.
I don't know too much about them, so I can't tell you if they belong in here or not. They're mostly R&B.
They're R&B, yeah.
Oasis. Now, I would say Oasis does belong in here.
Yeah.
In the 2030s, not now.
2030s.
Yes, I would make them wait a couple years. Yes.
Why are you gonna make anyone wait?
That's number one, they're still active, but I mean, it doesn't really matter because Pearl Jam was active when they got inducted. I just think it's too early. I don't know. It's me. I think it's too early for Oasis. If it was me, I wouldn't even put them in there. I'm not a fan of Oasis. I mean, yeah, you got, Wonderwall and, songs like that, but whatever. Pink. I would definitely not put Pink in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Sorry, I wouldn't do it. Sade.
Oh.
I like this. I like that.
Sade?
I think she would be a good pick.
What song does she do?
Smooth Operator.
That's a good song.
It's a good song.
That's a great song.
Shakira. Yeah. No. Absolutely not. Luther Vandross. Yes, I would.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes.
I would.
Yes.
And finally, Wu-Tang Clan. Absolutely not. Yeah. So there is your Rock and Roll Hall of Fame list for 2026. Some good picks in there, and then there's some just real head scratchers. I don't get it. It's a weird one, and blah.
I'm gonna go
blah,
listen to
blah,
Smooth
blah,
Operator when I leave here. I'm gonna dial it out. Who is it again?
Sade.
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 That is
good song.
That is a great video.
Yeah, and in the word of Alex Lifeson,
blah blah.
when it comes to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
blah 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 blah
blah blah blah.
All right, 8:00. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend and enjoy the beautiful weather on Monday and Tuesday.
Is it going to be rainy today?
Cloudy, not rainy.
Cloudy. Yeah.
And beautiful sunshine on Monday and Tuesday. So enjoy that.
Also, if you go out today, a little foggy, a little froggy out there. So,
Yes, be careful.
Be careful.
And be careful of the
speed bumps.
Be careful of the wet roads as well for tomorrow.
And be careful of the
probably
potholes that are out there because there's a million of them.
Because when it's in the 60s and you have a ton of snow out there, you're going to have a lot of wet roads. So stay safe about that as well. All right, it's 8:00. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your weekend. And I'll see you tomorrow for Middleboro Matters. Bye-bye. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah.
That was great.
News this hour from Town Hall. I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. Oil prices have spiked since the start of the war with Iran, and that has led to sticker shock at the gas pump here at home. AAA says a gallon of regular gasoline rose to $3.41 yesterday. up about 43 cents from just a week ago. President Trump joined grieving families at Dover Air Force Base for the dignified transfer of 6 U.S. Army Reserve soldiers killed in Kuwait. He saluted as flag-draped transfer cases moved from the military aircraft to waiting vehicles. Earlier in the day, he called the troops heroes. Correspondent Ron Taylor reports that Iran's missile attacks are faltering. Analysts say Iran's resilience on underground missile cities has backfired as U.S. and Israeli strikes have destroyed launchers and buried missile stockpiles, slashing launch rates. Facing dwindling options, the IRGC is expanding hostilities in a bid to pressure its adversaries. Meanwhile, Israel's military confirmed striking fuel storage facilities in Iran this weekend in the ongoing air assault. Authorities in southern Michigan have searched through rubble and debris in the aftermath of tornadoes that killed 4 people and injured 12. Powerful storms are also
Okay, anyway.
in Oklahoma.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Reports are emerging that may shed light on the change in leadership at the department.